Welcome to the 1980s Gladiator Round. And if you're new to my channel, the Gladiator Round is a tournament that I'm having for each decade. And this is the 1980s decade. Of course, we're still in the first round of action. Samir Bannout goes head-to-head against Casey Viator. Now, many of you may be writing Casey off. Not me. I never would write Casey Viator off. As you'll recall, or maybe you don't, but Casey Viator actually placed ahead of Samir Bannout in the 1982 Mr. Olympia. A lot of people say Viator, or Samir rather, looked just as good in 82 as he did in 83 when he won. And of course, Casey was absent from that. So, arguably, ladies and gentlemen, he has a better physique. But it is my firm belief that Casey is losing in this front relaxed position. Maybe a little bit better condition than Samir. Hard to say. Samir has got good conditioning, but I mean, Casey is the king of conditioning. But the proportions, look at the proportions, are just perfect on Samir Bannout, so he gets the Duke in this. But it's a close one. Let's go have a look at the front double bicep poses. And this one is as close as they go. I'm here to tell you. Conditioning, Casey, maybe. The waistline definitely goes to Samir, and the legs are going to Samir. But I like the abs. Even though the waistline of Samir is smaller, I like the abs much better on Casey. But one good, strong reasoning for Casey winning this is the arms. The arms themselves, I believe, are a lot better. Hard to tell with these old black and white pictures, but I'm here to tell you Casey's known for those guns. And look at the forearms. I like both of these guys, so as you'll know, politics does play a part in bodybuilding no matter what way you look at it. Always has, always will. And I like Casey. I like Samir. I'm going with Casey because it is the front double bicep. But there's an argument for both of these guys winning this pose. Let's have a look at the front lat spreads. I have no idea what that was about, even though obviously I was behind the whole thing. Anyway, this front lat spread, it's a little bit hard to judge. Shadows are a little bit too prominent there for Samir to be able to see the real silhouette. This is the younger years for Casey Viator, and he had quite a thick, muscular build. The conditioning wasn't quite so good, but I think he's going to edge out a slight victory here just with the silhouette alone. His legs were much bigger too. He had two versions. A bodybuilder with two different versions of himself is a very dangerous opponent here in the Gladiator Round. I'm here to tell you. Let's have a look at the next pose. And another very tight one. Very tight one indeed. This is going to Samir Bannout, and I mean just by a hair. His conditioning is a little bit better, though. I will say the muscularity of Casey, though, this is his younger years. Look how thick that pec is. But Samir is displayed just so perfect that he is taking it just by a slice. Let's look at the side triceps. And I recall the matchup between Casey Viator and Frank Zane, where Casey had a controversial victory. A lot of people thought Casey should have lost that one. But I believe Casey his leg development was just too much for Zane. But he is not going to play that game with Samir Bannout. Look at the legs on Samir. I mean, no, he doesn't have the calves of Casey, but wow, look at the thighs and the hamstrings. Just fantastic. And look at those world-class pecs. I couldn't have drawn a better chest than Samir Bannout has. Anyway, of course, that massive tricep gets him the victory in this, along with everything else. Casey's given us everything he has. This is a tight contest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the back shot. And this will be the only shot. Apparently Casey Viator, it was impossible for me to find a rear lat spread of his. But I mean, this is the best rear double bicep of all time here of Samir Bannout's, in my opinion. And I will say, Casey Viator is giving him a dandy of a fight. Given the right conditions here, and I believe if Samir was off during a competition and Casey was really on, he could beat Samir in that back shot. He has the capabilities there, though. But, I mean, if both guys are on, of course, Samir wins. But kudos to Casey. Of course, he is missing the back rear lat spread, so we'll go right to the most muscular. And as you may or may not know, here in the Gladiator Round, the rules are very tight indeed. No competition ready picture, and that's not a photo shoot, that's not a screenshot of a YouTube video. An actual picture of an event. If you're missing 3, then you're out 1 point. I was going to say if you're missing 2, but I don't know. I think we'll go for a whole 3, in case he's only missing the 1 in the rear lat spread, so doesn't really affect him anyway. But he is winning this most muscular. It's a very, very close one. If you look at the detail of both of these men, it's a very close contest and could really go either way. I think that a little bit more vascularity in the conditioning is just enough for Casey to get the win here. But my soul, look at those legs on Samir. It's a close one. Now let's have a look at the ab and thigh, and this will be the last and deciding pose. Of course, if this had have went of the way of Casey Viator here in the ab and thigh, then we would have to dig up one more comparison. And I was all set to do another most muscular comparison. Each guy was snapping a few different versions. But there's just nothing doing. Samir Bannout is awesome in this pose. I mean, every physique has its good points and its bad points, and I'm a huge fan of Casey Viator, but for some reason in this ab and thigh, it just, aesthetically, it's just not that pleasing. Casey Viator is an awesome athlete and one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time, as is Samir Bannout. But in my firm belief, Samir Bannout is just one pose better. So let's have a look at these brackets. And as many of you predicted, Samir Bannout goes right up there beside Bertil Fox, and that's going to be an awesome match. Power, thickness versus just sheer statuesque aesthetics. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's a couple of second round matches set. Tom Platz versus Gary Stridham, Bertil Fox against Samir Bannout. Now we go way over to the other side and finish off this first round, and this side is good. Every match is good. But of course the first one features Lee Haney against Charles Glass. Gonna be a good one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day.